Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is 1 p.m. here in Crystal Lake, Illinois. It means it's time for another live stream. Today's Friday, April 7th, 2023. We made it to the end of the week, guys, and I've got another package. We're doing that new thing where I'm going to try to just do like kind of one package a day, let kind of each package, kind of exist on its own. I feel like when I open a bunch of packages at once, I feel like I'm rifling through stuff and I don't feel like giving everything like the right amount of attention it deserves. So we're going to do like one package a day. Today, we've got a box from New Balance. I think I know what's inside, so it should be pretty fun. I think you guys are going to be pretty excited about it. But before we get to that, let's say hi to everyone listening on the audio only version on the podcast. Hopefully you guys are having a good run today. Weather's getting nice and warm in the Midwest. It felt kind of springy today. I did still run with some very thin gloves on, but I've told you guys this before. I'm the first one to put the gloves on in the fall and the last one to take them off in the spring. So that's just me. You guys can do it however you guys want to do it, but hopefully it's getting a little bit warmer and nicer for you. And for everyone else listening on the audio, let's try that again. For everyone else watching this on YouTube later, but not live, welcome to you guys as well. You guys are watching the number one podcast, the number one running podcast to listen to while figuring out when that next race that you might want to travel to is going to be. So there you go. Welcome to you guys as well. If you want to participate, you still can, even though you're not in the chat. You could always leave us a comment. Let us know what race you're thinking about next. I think that'd be kind of fun. All right. Let's see who we got in the chat. Frank wants to know, has anyone tried the Beta Fuel Science and Sport gels? I don't know that I've tried that one yet. And Sean Devlin says, hey, everyone. Last long run this morning of 11 miles. Work is done and I'm feeling good. The something is in the someplace, as they say. Sean, good to hear it. I'm going to have my last long run tomorrow, I think. Yeah, tomorrow is when I have my last scheduled long run. Mine's going to be pretty easy. Probably about 11 miles, too. Something in that range. Anywhere between 11 and 13. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. I think I'm going to have like a couple of just like 1 mile at marathon effort, some repeats. Not a lot of them. Just a couple. Just to make sure I still have it in there. No, I haven't forgot anything. But I'm glad that you're feeling good, Sean. Eliza says, hi, co-fam. Hope everyone's doing well. And the taper crazies are not bad. Yesterday was fun. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with Aaron yesterday. I really feel like I could have kept talking. In fact, we did keep talking. Like the live stream ended. And then she's like, oh, yeah, I forgot. I had a question for you. And so we ended up chatting for a little while longer. So that was fun. I was like, oh, I wish we could turn it back on. But it was already done for the day. But Aaron's been great. I've been having the chance to like cross paths with her like from time to time at events, and it's always an absolute pleasure. Sometimes it's only very briefly. Like in New York, I saw her like twice for like 30 seconds each. But every time it's such a pleasure, and I was glad to have her on here. I'm glad you guys had fun too. As far as taper crazies go, I don't have them yet. I'm still like, I do like a 10-day taper. And even then, I still do workouts during the taper. They're just a little bit shorter. And like I did take a rest day this week. So that was kind of like my taper. But so far, like all the other days have been relatively normal-ish. Because this is like a half week of taper for me. So we'll get there soon. But I'm also like, it's different because I just came off a marathon. So I didn't have like huge build for this one. And so I don't know. I have a lot of second guessing that's happening. So I guess that is the taper crazies. Yeah, I'm like second guessing everything. So I'm in the middle of it. Mark Peterson says the Boston weather has changed. And my wife told me to stop checking it till it's closer. You don't listen to your wife. It's good advice. On my run today, I was listening to the podcast Road to the Trials. Matt Shim interviewed Sarah Vaughn, who I'm becoming a big fan of. She's been making a lot of YouTube videos. She's been on a lot of podcasts lately, and I've just been becoming a big fan of hers. And they talked about the weather a lot. And she was like, I don't really look at it until closer. And I was like, that sounds good. I'm going to try to not look at it till it's closer. That being said, I'm going to look at it every day, but I'm going to try not to obsess over it until it's closer. I don't know. I think I'm going to have to bring 2 suitcases with me because I'm just thinking let's talk about the events. So there's going to be 3 events that I'm doing. I'll be at other stuff too. But 3 events where we can all hang out. The first one, I haven't announced this one yet, but I'll tell you guys about it now. Like we're putting together like the final like graphics now. But Saturday, this is the first event that I'll be doing. I'll be getting in Friday afternoon. I'm going to try to go to the expo right away. So if anyone wants to go to the expo, I'm gonna go Friday afternoon. And then Saturday, I have a couple of meetings. I have a meeting in the morning, and then I'm going to a Tracksmith event. But I don't know if that's a media event or what. Like I think it's a smaller event. But anyway, I don't know if that's open to the public. But my first event is Saturday is going to be 2 p.m. with Puma. It's not like a Kofuzi Run Club one, but I am like, one of the invited guests. But I'm not big enough to, get named in the invite or whatever. But I did put a link to it in the description, so that'll be there. 2 p.m. We'll do a shakeout run. We're meeting at Fiedler Field. Fiedler Field is where we're going to meet. We'll run a couple of miles. I think a lot of the Puma athletes are going to be there. I think Sarah Vaughn's going to be there. I think I listened to a Dakota Lindworm interview as well on my run. I think she's going to be there too. I hope that they are. That'll be fun. And I'll be there. I think the headliners are Jonathan Levitt and Laura Green. So like, it'll be fun. And then like the invite goes like Jonathan Levitt, Laura Green, Puma athletes, and other running people. That's me. I'm the running people. And you guys are the other running people. So we'll all be there if you want to be there. So that's Saturday. And then Saturday evening, I'm going to do a live stream live. I think I can announce it. But we're going to do a live stream. I'm going to try to do this live stream on Saturday. I'm going to try to do it live. So I'll still do a live stream, and that'll be the way anyone that's there, you can just still watch the live stream like on your phone, turn the volume off, but you can watch on your phone and comment that way. You know what I mean? And then we'll pick an emoji together that I can know who's actually in the building, and I could wave at you guys and stuff. But we're trying to do a live stream live, and we'll have some ASICS athletes that are going to be there to help us out. That's going to be at the ASICS house, 6 p.m. on Saturday. I'll put out links to that. There's no link to that one yet, but I'll put out a link to that soon as we can do that. I'll put the link first in the live stream. Well, yeah, in the live stream, so you guys can RSVP first, and then other people can RSVP. And then Sunday morning is the third event that I'm doing. That's going to be the big event with Rabbit. We're doing a shakeout from the Rabbit pop-up shop. And there's going to be the Kofuzi Rabbit track bag giveaway. And then we'll do some miles there too. I was looking at the route. It's like a 3.86 mile loop. I think there's a nice way to be able to cut it a little bit short too, if you want to do a little bit shorter of a route as well. So like we could talk about all that too. But there's a link to that in the description below too. So there's links to both of those things that have links so far. The live stream live. I just came up with the idea yesterday. I mean, I knew I was going to do a panel or something with ASICS, and I knew the athletes that were going to be there, but I've decided yesterday that we're going to try to do a live stream live, because why not? Why not make it unnecessarily complicated? But I feel like that'll be fun. So I thought I'd tell you guys about that. Hope you guys like that. Yeah. Oh, Martha says, oh, the live stream is the same time as the invitational rabbit thing. Oh yeah. Sorry, Martha. And Shannon says, oh, heck yeah. Live stream. Yeah. Live stream live. I think live stream live, or should be live stream. I think live stream live sounds better. I don't know. Aubrey Running says, I'm slowly becoming a massive ASICS fan. They've been making great shoes. I just feel like there's been a lot changed very quickly in the running shoe world. And I remember the first time when I started working with some ASICS stuff, they were like, we see that we need to catch up. And I'm like, you guys are here now. So it's good. It's been good. Let's see. Daniel Burton says, what do you think about the Metaspeed Sky? I'm a big fan of it. It's one of my favorite racing shoes. I think it was my top racing shoe from last year. All my PRs in the marathon, my last 2 or 3 PRs are in a Metaspeed Sky or a Metaspeed Sky Plus for marathons. So. Oh, Martha says, though, the events are all a couple blocks away, so you can run from one to the other. You can bounce back and forth. You guys could come toward that. I don't know, like which one do you need to be at earlier, So I think all this stuff is within the Puma event, the Puma house, I think is on Newbury Street, I think. But I think all the brands have their pop-ups on Newbury Street, I think. So yeah. But then the Puma shakeout run at 2:00 on Saturday, that's going to be out by the river, Mm. Kansas. I'm gonna refuse to type my chat from the phone. I'm gonna raise my hand and interrupt. Okay, but then it's hard. I mean, that's what I was thinking too. I'm like, can we get microphones for everyone in the audience? I'm not sure, but I think that like that way, also other people that are not in Boston can also participate too. You know, so we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. Who knows? We might have technical difficulties, and it might just become a recorded podcast. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna be ambitious. I'm gonna try it. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. Tita says, hi, Kafuza. Tita from Brazil. Welcome. Good to see you. And AJ says 25 miles this morning, 63.7 miles, a 7-day PR. Oh, there we go. Nice. I like that. 25 miles this morning. What happened? Did you get lost? That's a lot of miles. Oh boy. On a Friday? Daniel Koo says, have you gotten a chance to try the Hyperion Elite 3? I have not. I don't know. I didn't love the Hyperion Elite 2. That was one of those shoes where, you know, I start out excited about it, and then after a while, I'm like, I just don't want to wear it anymore. That's kind of how I felt about the Hyperion Elite 2. And then the Hyperion Elite 3, I know they changed the upper a little bit. It looks a little bit nicer, but I didn't have a problem with the upper. The problem for me in the Hyperion Elite is not the upper, you know, so I don't know. Joy Pruitt says, I need your advice. Am I a poser if I buy a CLA Tokyo Marathon hat, even though I didn't run it? I just think it looks cool and I want a white hat. I say go for it. I think that there's only a couple of races where it's really like people will get, you know, their feathers ruffled if you wear something and you didn't run the race, you know? So Tokyo's not that race. People aren't going to give. I mean, if you go somewhere and people be like, oh, did you run? You'd be like, no, I just like the hat. I don't think people will be like, oh, that's false advertising. I don't think people will be like that. But like, it's not like a Boston Marathon jacket, you know, where I feel like then people will be like, you can't wear that, you know, kind of thing. It's just, the Boston Marathon is a category unto itself. I'm looking forward to experiencing it because like I have all these preconceived notions of it. I've been kind of like lionizing it all these years, trying to just qualify for Boston. And so, you know, I have a lot of, I don't know, I'm coming in with a lot of like, I don't know, like lenses, I guess, that are coloring my vision on it. And we'll see. I don't know. Mark says, I have New York City Marathon shirts that I got off Joe's New Balance Garage. What's Joe's New Balance Garage? Because they were like $10. $10, that's a great price for a running shirt. I like that. And Eliza says, the good thing is everything is super close in that area. That is nice. Here's what I'm trying to figure out. Maybe you guys can help me figure this out. So like I'm doing all these events with different brands and I like to show up wearing the kit. You know what I mean? Like I got to have the shoes for sure, but like, you know, wear the clothes. I'm going to these events. My hotel is near the Boston Tea Party area thing. And so it's not far, but it's not close. Do I just run back and I'm going to end up doing a lot of running. I got to run back and forth between all these events, I think. That's what I'm going to have to do. Or do I just bring like a giant duffel bag and change in the bathroom somewhere? You know, I'm not sure. Antonio Rodriguez says, what up, Co? See you in Boston. Cool. I can't wait to see all you guys there. I feel like everyone's going. Sean says electric scooter. Do they have that? Is that going to be available as an option, like the Lime scooters or whatever? Because I generally detest those, but I feel like on a weekend like that, I'm gonna need to be able to. I think that would actually make a lot of sense. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. Eliza says, "Don't run back and forth. Pop into one of the bathrooms at the expo." Maybe that's the way to do it. But it's just gonna be like, well, I got to carry a lot of stuff. I'm gonna have for some of these events, I'll have cameras. Yeah, like for the A6 one, I'm gonna have to have like cameras and microphones and all sorts of stuff, tripods. But like, yeah, that's the main one that I'm really worried about. But then like in the morning, I'm doing like a tracksmith event, then a Puma event. Do I just bring a big bag in between? Frank says just wear Nike gear to all of it. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Luke Klein says just wear your own swag, all the non-elite stuff. Yeah, there's not enough of it, you know. Steven76 says I need an intern. I was thinking, especially after talking with Erin, Mrs. Spates yesterday. She has like a manager. I'm like, I need a manager, I guess. I think I don't need a full-time manager. I think I need it like an intern or someone. I don't know. Aubrey Running says, serious FOMO from the non-US people. We need to get here in the UK for that London ASICS 10K in early July for sure. How do we make that happen? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, Aubrey, if you were here when we were talking about it. I do want to do a UK tour next year. So I'm trying to figure out like who can help. Like, how do we, I need to figure out how to make the numbers work and what's the timing. You know, like, is there a brand that we could work with? I'd like to be able to do some shakeout runs in a couple of different parts of the country because I'd like to explore more than just like London, for example, you know? So I don't know. So I don't know. We'll see. Like, so I'm thinking London, July, ASICS 10K. I don't know. I gotta run it by my wife, but now's not a good time to be asking. So, but like I got an email about doing Peachtree. I think I might do that one. Although like going to London for 10K, it's hard. How do you say no to that? But I don't know. Like, no, I would have to talk to a couple of people first. But I just got an email about Peachtree yesterday. But I got to talk to my wife. Video says Super Co. changing the bathroom for the next running event, a new animated series. If we could get Mark Hamilton to narrate and be the voice, then I'm in. Martha says, wear the layers and shed them in order. It'll be like that Friends episode where Joey's wearing all the clothes. That's like the only Friends reference I can make. I don't really know that many episodes, but I know the one where he wears all the clothes. Maybe that's it. Yeah, Shannon says, my wife just needs to go with me. Maybe that's it. I think she would not like going to these events. I think she'd be very bored. All right, Rob Sayer says, yo, what's going on? Don't want to jinx you, but why do you not want to lose at the Boston Marathon? I mean, a camera would be devastating. Like the 360 camera was pretty big bummer. That's like the most important thing I've ever lost. That would be bad, or like my laptop. Like I can't lose those. Then after that, like a driver's license, like to be able to fly home and stuff, like those would be like really bad things to lose. Which is my driver's license I almost lost in Boulder when I had dinner with Adam and Martha. Remember that guy? I had to go back to that pizza place the next day. Fortunately, they found it. But I lost my wallet. But I found it, or someone found it for me and turned it in. So that was nice. Yeah, I don't know. Like there's like the cameras and the hard drives and the computers. Those are like essentials. I don't want to jinx it myself either, knock on wood or whatever. But I don't think I would lose those because like they're that important. Like I check those like 4 or 5 times. I'm like OCD about it. Yeah, so like we'll have to, I don't know. It's always a surprise. That's the thing. It's probably something that I'm gonna really like. Like I left that World Athletics, the World Championships jacket. I left that one hanging on the rack in the hotel bathroom. So that jacket's gone. That green and white one. That's a bummer. So I lost that. I don't know what I'm gonna lose this time. Probably sunglasses. Or like a charging cable or something else that's moderately important. Hopefully I won't lose a lens. I've lost microphones before. I don't know. So Liza says, seriously, check out Bounce. There's a luggage storage service. Also, the Heinz convention has a bag check-in option as well. Ooh, that's interesting. Is it Heinz convention? Is that where the expo is? Because I might go straight from the airport to the expo then. That might be, but I just have so many bags. I think I'm gonna bring 2 suitcases Because like I said, I got all these. So I'm gonna bring like the Tracksmith shoe. Then I got to bring a Puma shoe. Then I got to bring an Asics shoe, and then I got to bring my race shoe, which I've decided, but I'm not gonna tell you guys. You'll see it in the flatlight. It'll be fun. You'll like it. I think you'll like it. So like, there's a lot. That's just 4 shoes. So I need like a shoe suitcase, and then there's like the gear, and then with the weather, and then all the throwaway layers that I need to bring. There's just a lot of stuff. I don't know. Yeah, Freddie says the most hotels do the bag check for. Yeah, I know I could drop off my bags there, and that's probably what I'll do because I'll be able to check in by then. And then like the way that the airport is, like the airport to the hotel, then I could maybe hop on one of those scooters and go to the expo that way. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. So we'll see. Anthony Chow says, hello from London, Kofuzi. Love the content. Well, thanks. Welcome. And Juliana Blasco says, just have everything on a chain to not lose everything. I think, I got to remember to do this. Robbie and I were talking about it because Robbie lost something too over the weekend. And we're at the shakeout run. It's raining super hard, but I catch up to Robbie and he's like, oh, Mike, you'll appreciate this. I left my Nalgene in the taxi on the way over here. I'm like, oh, you lost something? Yes, I can appreciate it. I'm really sorry. So he's like, when we were talking about losing stuff, he's like, have you ever lost a camera? I'm like, I don't know, but you know what? I should probably get one of those white Sharpies and write like, if found, return to at Kofu, you know what I mean? So that people can have a way of contacting me. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Just write my name on everything. Like a child. Like my name's going to be on the tag of all my clothes, like on the inside. I think that's what I need to do. Yeah. All right. Let's get to this box. It's not Cosmic Pineapple. You guys are guessing that it's Cosmic Pineapple. But I don't think that's what it is. I did request a couple when I requested the Propel 4 from New Balance. They were like, hey, is there any other stuff that you want? And so these are the things that I asked for. I specifically asked for these. Because I was like, wait, you don't have any new Rebels coming out yet, do you? And I was like, I don't think so. So let me ask you for these two. Ooh, okay. See, this is a shoe that a lot of you guys have asked me for a review on a couple of times. And I'm like, that's a shoe that I always mean to get to every year. And then I never do. But now I have no excuse because they sent me one. I asked them for it specifically. Ooh, it's pretty. I like this. Fresh Foam X Hero version 7. So I'm excited for this one. This one looks nice. Like when I was in high school, New Balance like trail running shoes became like a real big thing. I don't know if that was a thing for you guys. I graduated high school in 97. Everyone had New Balance trail shoes. I never had New Balance trail shoes. But like the Hero, not only I think looks like a modern shoe to me, but also like this little tail fin at the back. It reminds me of all those kids in high school that had the nice New Balance trail shoes. But I like this one. This is nice. What colors are this? Is this gray? It's called gray green. Okay. But I like the French way. It's called Gris Vert. Grisvert. That sounds nicer than gray green. But these colors I like are nice. And then I like the pop of color on the laces. So I'm excited to get some miles in this. Likely won't be till after Boston. I've got a lot of shoes here that I'm like, I'm not going to test any of those until like after Boston. Shane says, I think it looks 90s too. Maybe that's why I like it. Maybe it's just, is it retro? I thought it looked kind of modern. I don't know. Martha says it's charcoal, light gray, evergreen, and sunflower highlights. Okay, I think I see that evergreen. I think so. I think I see that. Eliza thinks it looks like a dinosaur. Makes me think of dinosaur color. I like that. I like that. All right. And then, all right, let's get to the next one. This one I think you guys will like too. I've already seen some photos of it on the internet. I think it's for sale already too. But this is one of the shoes that I was most intrigued by at TRE. Because I was like, ooh. I think I'm really going to enjoy that. So this is similar colors too, also called gray green. I like that. Matchy matchy. But this is the Fresh Foam X Trail More version 3. That's the order of the words. That's not the order that I would have picked. But it's the Fresh Foam More Trail More version 3. Look at that. It's just, so it's like, I mean, these are pretty substantial lugs too. So it's not like they just put like a little bit more rubber on the outsole. They put a lot here. And then there's like, I don't know if this is TPU all the way around it. I love this pattern. It looks so nice. But it looks to be a very similar midsole. Here's the New York version of the More version 4. And here's the trail version. So it looks pretty similar to me. But like if you look at the outsole, the patterning is similar, but like the depth of the lugs is very different. See that? And then you've got a little bit more robust of an upper as well. So this one, I feel like this is my speed for trail shoes. Like, you know, we just looked at the Solomons the other day. I'm like thinking like, oh, I'm gonna have to work hard to test those. These are like, I'm just gonna put this on and run for 4 hours. I'm thinking I'm gonna look. It's a Vibram too, and it's got the little micro teeth. I'll have to show you guys with the macro lens when I do the product stuff, but pretty excited about this one. Momentum Unbound says, I don't know how I feel about the look of this shoe. It's a lot. I mean, it's called the More, right? So it's got to be a little bit on the extra side. But I think I think this is pretty. I love this design. This I think is so good right here. And then I like what they did with this color splash. I think this is great. I mean, this is a big shoe. It's lighter than it looks, but it's still on the heavy side because it's so gigantic. But I mean, you know, give me some nice runnable trails. Let me go all day. Fill my bag full of scratch and stroop waffle. I'm ready to go. Here's the thing. We were talking about like the taper and stuff and taper crazies. Like I don't have taper crazies. I guess I have a little bit of it. Who we were just talking about, but I was already starting to like daydream about like, you know, taking a little bit of a break for marathon training, and like getting out, just doing some long, easy runs, some running adventures, you know. So, yeah. So I think that means I'm ready for like a break, you know. Maddie Mac says, what kind of trails is the More for? It confuses me a bit. I'd say lots of runnable stuff. But I mean, like the grip is pretty. I mean, these lugs are no joke. They got the Vibram traction lugs. So I mean, we'll see. I'll give it a thorough test. You know what I mean? But I have a feeling like if you're going to be on your feet for several hours at a time, you know, if you're going for really long ultra distance running, I just feel like, don't you want to have a lot of cushiness underfoot? You know? So like it's not going to be for people that love like a British cross country course style of terrain, I don't think. Just because with the stack height like this, I mean, my biggest concern is the stability. But like, I ran in the first Fresh Foam More trail or Fresh Foam Trail More, the first one, and like, I found it to be pretty good. It didn't feel like it was super taut. It was just very comfortable, you know. Devon says that's what a trail shoe should look like, sleek and stylish. I like the look on it. It's good. I normally don't like when there's a lot of paint on the midsole, but like this and the Hero, I think that the color work is really good. I'm very happy about it. I'm looking forward to those. Aldovino says white trail upper will be dark brown after one run. Well, that's how you know people used it for real, you know. Frank says, don't the tryptophobia people have issues with the New Balance midsole pattern? This one I don't have problems with. The Fresh Foam More Trail version 1 or the Fresh Foam Trail More version 1, that one really weirded me out. I didn't want to touch it. You know, that one looked a little like look up a picture of the Fresh Foam More Trail version 1. Fresh Foam Trail More. The words are in the wrong order. Fresh Foam Trail More version 1. That one, it was really bulbous. It looked weird. And here's the like check this out. Do you think they just ran out of letters? I don't think they ran out of letters, but look at how they spelled it. Fresh Foam. Can we get focus on that? There's no E in the fresh. It's just FRSH. Is that a typo? Or is it like Power Run where they removed vowels? But they didn't remove any other vowels from this. But it's FRSH. What's going on here? Why is it like that? I don't know. All right. Fitness 2 says, need help choosing between the Nike Next Percent 2 or Puma Deviate Nitro Elite 2. Also a heavier guy. Which would be best? I would probably lean towards the Next Percent 2 then. That Nitro Elite 2, I feel like it's a very... is it up here? No, I think this is the Nitro Elite 1. The Nitro Elite 2, I think, has like maybe 1 millimeter or 2 millimeters more stack height to it. It feels very much like a low to the ground shoe, a little bit of a minimalist shoe. So, yeah, I know minimalist means something different in the running world, but it's like more stripped down. And so I feel like, especially if you're a heavier runner, I'm not sure that I would pick this one. I feel like you got to be a pretty efficient runner to get a lot out of it. And I also don't feel like it quite has as much carbon pop as I would always like. It's there, but like it's subtle. And I don't always like subtle with my racing shoes. So, I mean, I think they're both worth a shot, but like, I think I don't know. I might lean toward the Nike on that one. Good question. Rob Sayre says the More version 3 trail would be a good review against the Trabuco Max 2. You know, they said that they were going to send me one of those too. I don't know where my ASICS shoes are. I don't know, but I'm not in a hurry for them anyway. But yeah, that'll be a good idea. I've been hearing good things about that Trabuco Max. I was really tempted to get the first one, but it had the lace garage thing on it, and I was just like, this is just a mess. And then I remember seeing like the early versions of it last. Oh, I just got a text. Okay, the Trabuco Max is literally at my doorstep. It got delivered today. Oh, you know what? I did get an email saying that like I got a package at the. I don't know if did it go to the PO box. I don't know, but okay, so it's here. I'll start reviewing it. Yeah. And then the other one, while ASICS is listening, I'm still waiting for the Cumulus. But again, it's not a shoe that I'm looking to review right away. But everyone else has it. I'm very curious. I'm excited for it. Oh yeah, Martin says I remember an earlier Trabuco Max was a finalist on the ugliest shoe contest. Yes, it was. The tongue was so big because of that lace garage thing. And then I remember last August I saw an early version of it, and of the next version. I was like, oh, you fixed the tongue. They're like, yeah, we just got rid of the lace garage. It solved a lot of problems. I'm like, see? Yeah, there we go. Tim T says, I don't know if anyone asked, but I've been trying to catch one of your streams. Well, welcome, Tim. Glad to have you here. I like this photograph that you have here. Is that a building? Where is that? It looks like the Corn Cob Towers in Chicago, but it's not quite. But it reminds me of that. Momentum Abound says, those tongues, I tell you. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I don't love. Like Solomon does it with the lace garage, and people love it. And every time I'm like, show me your shoes. I want to see how other people do it. Maybe here's it. Oh no, never mind. If I ever ask people to send me pictures of something, then you get a lot. Like I'll have a conversation with Tommy Runs about it one time. He's like, I don't know. I don't know what people are talking about. I'm gonna have to people send me pictures of it because I just don't know. I'm like, unless you want to receive pictures of something for the next 3 years, do not ever ask for people to send you pictures because they will keep sending them for forever. So Yeah. So I don't want to, but like maybe if I meet you in person and you're wearing Solomon Sense rides, I'm going to be like, how do you show me how you lace those up? Because I think I'm doing it wrong. I think that's it. Mm. Mm. Tim T says, "Do you ride speed in the review plans?" I don't have any plans to review that one yet. I don't know if they're going to send me one. I'm not sure what's going on with that shoe. We'll see. I didn't. They sent me the Evo ride last year, and I never got around to it. I feel bad about that. And then same thing with the Noosa. And then I ran into someone over the weekend after I had the pizza after the shakeout run, and he's like, stop. I was running back, and he like stopped me in the intersection. He's like, "You got to review the Noosa. I love that shoe." And I'm like, "I don't know about it," but he was like, "It's just such the best shoe." I'm like, "Do you like the colors? Is that what it is?" He's like, "Yeah, I love the colors, the design." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. I can see that." Goonerhead says, I think that's Goonerhead says, "Do Gore-Tex shoes run small, and are they worth the price tag?" I will say that they do not run small. Like they're the same size as the regular shoes, in my opinion. Like the non-Gore-Tex versions. And are they worth the price tag? I would say yes. Depends. I think that most people, when they look at Gore-Tex shoes, think, you know what? I'm going to be running somewhere hot and humid where it's going to be like typhoon season. And I don't want to have wet socks because then I might get a blister. So I'm going to buy Gore-Tex shoes so that way my feet stay dry, even if it's like pouring rain, like a hurricane. And that's not like how I would use a Gore-Tex shoe. So like, because then in that situation when it's hot, you want a shoe that dries quickly, and that's what's going to prevent blistering. So if you're using it because it's hot and humid and raining all the time, then Gore-Tex I don't think is worth it in shoes. Jackets a different story, but in shoes I don't think it's worth it. You want something that breathes easily, drains fast, and dries quickly. The where I like Gore-Tex shoes is when like it would be like almost like run ending if my feet got wet. And I'm talking about like if it's cold outside, like below freezing temperature, if your feet get wet. So let's say you're by and you're thinking below freezing, it'll just be ice. But when I ran by the lakefront, just because it's below freezing doesn't mean that the lake is frozen solid. So you still might get wet feet. Or if it's like super slushy and it's wet and it's messy and disgusting, then you're going to have feet that are wet and in below freezing temperatures. And that's going to really mess up your feet fast. And so that's when you want to have dry feet. And so that's when I think Gore-Tex shoes really make a difference. When it's cold and wet, that's when I want Gore-Tex. And in that situation, I think it's worth every penny. Oh, Experience of Running says, "I bought my first pair of Kafuzi approved black Rabbit Speedster half tights. Nice. I hope you love them." I love those half tights. They're so good. Just the right amount of pockets. It's just such a good one. Here's which of so you guys saw the new half tights that I got. I got like the light green one, and then I got the one with the pattern. I think it's like a bluish color. It's probably not blue, but it's that one, like those two really loud colored Speedster half tights. Which one of those do you think goes with the Boston Rabbit singlet? I don't think either of them do. I think only the black would go with it. I think there's a gray pair. I think there's a navy pair somewhere. I don't have them, but I think that those exist. Maybe that would work better. I gotta start planning to make sure I know what I'm going to wear at all these events too. Mark says, "I just want the Rabbit half tight drop-in pockets to be a tiny bit deeper." Oh, really? I'll have to think about that. It covers an entire. I know it covers an entire Morton gel. Does it? I think it covers almost all of a Science and Sport gel. I don't think it's deep enough for that. It covers if you put a phone in there, it gets your phone all the way covered, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, he's saying for his phone, that's why he wants it. Maybe your phone doesn't fit. I don't know. Steve McKellar says, "How much raw footage you record to make a race video?" It depends on the length of the video and like what I'm trying to get out of it. Because usually for a race like a marathon for like Tokyo, I'm really making 3 videos out of that because I've traveled, so it's like a runner's weekend video. So I'll have some running footage, which I might double up and use some extra footage I've used before already. But like, I kind of need some footage for that. The bulk of it I need if I'm making a separate race video, and then if I do a race recap, I also like to have some footage for that. Preferably not completely redundant of all the other stuff that I've made. And so for a marathon, I don't know. I haven't counted it, but I would not be surprised if it's somewhere in the range of like 50 to 75 clips, each clip being anywhere between like 15 seconds to 45 seconds, something like that. So, however much that ends up being, I don't know. That's a rough estimate. I don't know. Louis says, just go with the blue Say Sky camo kit. I was watching one of Andy FOD Runner's videos yesterday, and he was doing drills in the blue. They didn't send me this, but there's a blue water camo Say Sky shirt, like a t-shirt. And I'm like, oh, there's a t-shirt. I wonder, I mean, I know there's the longer pants, which are quite comfy. I wonder if there's like a half tight or a short. There's got to be. You know what else I saw? There was a guy at the shakeout run last weekend with Pacers running in Georgetown for a Cherry Blossom 10 mile. There was a guy who had 2-in-1 shorts from Rabbit that was like, I have like the Hawaiian shirt that's like super colorful. Do you guys know which one I'm talking about? There's like palm trees, little rabbits, beach scenes all over. It's like a Hawaiian shirt. But I wear that all summer long. I usually like wear it like I'm taking the kids to the pool or something, you know. It's got the snaps, quick on, quick off. But a guy had a matching set of shorts. I didn't know they made a matching set of shorts. So I don't know. That's what I think I got to find those. All right. Let's see. Scrolling up here. He remembers that one. He says, yeah, it's a nice shirt. That's one of my favorite shirts. And Martha says, I have the Rabbit running bra in the same tropical print. Oh, man, I didn't know they did that. I mean, not that I can use that, but that's pretty cool. I mean, it's such a good print. I mean, whoever designed that was pretty nice. That was a good one. Yeah, and Lou says, didn't Say Sky send you all the blue camos? Yeah, it was Say Sky that sent it. Isn't that what I said? Say Sky? Yeah. Calvin says, I kind of have mixed feelings about the full-length Rabbit tights. Men's large, and my thighs were still so constricted that it stretched the fabric enough that the wind was noticeably cutting through. Oh, okay. I mean, that's a hard part about tights. I forget who I was talking to, but or maybe I was listening to a podcast. I think both. I've talked to someone about it. I want to say that I talked to florists at Path Projects about a half tight. It's like it's hard because people's thighs are very different sizes. So a medium that would work for any of their like Graves shorts or their Sykes shorts, like 2 different people can have the same short, but like they could have very different experiences with a half tight, and so it's very hard. So I've heard that before, and then I think what podcast was I listening to? Thomas was interviewing someone who had experience with it, and he's like, because you got to figure out the butt too for the half tight. And I'm like, things that I didn't really consider. Yeah, sorry to hear that, Kelvin. Do you have other full tights that you wear that work for you? Or you think it's just the material? You think it was the cut or the material? I wonder. Mark Peterson says, so his phone fits in the half tights, the Rabbit ones. But he sweats so much, he puts his phone in a freezer Ziploc, and that bulks up a little more. You have to use a freezer Ziploc? How big is your phone? What kind of phone do you have? You should just buy some quart-sized bags, maybe. I think that would work. A sandwich size? Would a sandwich size bag work, or is your phone too big? Anderson says, would you ever do a triathlon, Fuzi? I've done one. I did the Chicago triathlon. I did Olympic distance, and I trained all summer for it. And it turns out that I'm a terrible swimmer. Out of like 1,300 people, I came in like 1,290th in the swim. So like that's how long it took me. It took me, yeah. It was pretty bad. Mark is saying no. He does a freezer quart size bag, not a gallon. Yeah, I don't know. You said gallon. Don't be embarrassed if that's what you're using. It's okay. That's funny. But going back to the triathlon, it's like, so yeah, so I've tried the triathlon, and I would love to do another one, but it's just like the swimming was so hard. So now the YMCA that we go to, it's really nice. They have a full like a 50 meter pool, and like that's just I feel like I'd like to do some more practice in that thing because I feel like all the pools that I swam in getting ready were 25-meter pools, and like I just feel like there wasn't enough time for me to kind of like get in a rhythm, I guess. And so like just I don't know. I would like to get a swim coach too. I think so. I got to figure that out. Hmm. Calvin says, okay, so for his favorite tights, he's having a problem with the rabbit full length. He says, but my favorite ones are some generic merino blend ones my mom got me in high school many years later and found them in my closet, and they still fit and work so well. Nice. Nice on 2 counts. You still fit into your high school clothes. And then props to mom finding you the great full tights. That's nice. Ams says, joining late, want to say I'm excited for the Boston Shakeout. Just watching this year, but hopefully before my grad program in Boston is done, I will qualify. All right, well, good luck to you. And good luck with the grad program. CV76 says, ultimate flex would be Kofuzi in a running bra. So Bandit sent me a running bra. So they sent me like they made a soccer capsule collection, which I didn't really get. And then I wore it. I'm like, oh, I like this shirt. It kind of fits me a little bit funny. Maybe it's because I'm just not used to wearing like a soccer jersey. But I was like, I like this. This is nice. So I ran in it, and they send them to me in 2 colors. I'm like, oh, this is nice. There's the black and white one, which kind of looks like a checkered flag, which I'm not a huge fan of. And then the another one has the same colors, but it's oatmeal and white. And that one I like a lot more. I'm going to wear that one probably soon and for a video. But that one I like. And then they sent me a third thing, and I was like, oh, what's this? And I'm like, oh, something else in oatmeal and white. And it's a sports bra. So I think they just like threw a bunch of stuff in a bag to send me. And then they were like, whoops. I think they accidentally included a sports bra. So I guess if anyone wants it, it's a size, I think it's a size medium. If you want a Bandit RC sports bra. I don't know. I'm trying to think. There was another time that a brand accidentally sent me a sports bra. I can't remember when it was, but it's not the first time I've gotten a sports bra. I've never tried them on, but just it happens. Mark Peter said, it's the bro, it's a man's ear. And Shannon says, I feel like men should feel good wearing sports bras. Hold your phone and prevents chafing. Gel pockets and armpits. I mean, that all does sound nice. And you know what? There is something that's very much like that. And I've seen a lot of men wearing it. It's so weird though. And it just feels like so unnecessary because it does. I don't think the one that I've seen men wear, I don't think holds any gels. It looks like a man's sports bra, but it's got this like pocket thing that folds down and you put your phone in it. And it's got a little like plastic shield so that way your sweat doesn't get on the phone, and you can like pull it down to like look at your phone and then close it back up and then keep running. But it's the exact shape of a sports bra, and I've seen guys wear it, and that company reached out to me and were like, hey, would you like to test this out? And then I said, no thanks, I'm not interested in that. And then like a month later they had footage of people testing it out along the lakefront. So I'm like, oh, were they local? They should have said that. I don't think it would have changed my mind, but I would have liked to have known that. But then I've seen people wearing them at races, and I'm like, you put all that extra stuff on for this summer race? So you had a place to put your phone? I'm like, you didn't want to try a flip belt? I don't know. It seems like a lot. It seemed like a lot. But like, where did it go? Someone else has said something about it. Yeah, Calvin says like a good running bra is like a step away from a hydration running pack. I mean, at that point, then I would just put on a pack, and I've done that before, but not to just put a phone in. But it's like if it's summer, then you probably need some fluids anyway. Probably need some gels. Just get like a racing vest. They're super light. There's very little stuff in there. I don't know. It feels like a long time since I've had to worry about summer running. Yeah, Sean says, though, Tommy Rivs used to wear a cropped singlet, though, right? Close enough. Yeah, but I mean, if you look like Tommy Rivs, you could wear anything you want and no one's going to say anything. He'll make anything look good, He could run in a crop top. He could have run in the Bandit RC oatmeal and white running bra, and he would have made it look good. He would have made it look tough. You know what I mean? He's good. Yeah, Mark Peterson says like, well, what if it's like what if you put a body cam in the front vest? The BA won't see it coming. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying not to make a big deal of it, but I do think that the BA is not going to like it. But I don't know, I'm thinking about whether or not to bring a selfie stick or just go with just the hand grip. Make it smaller so that at least I'm only breaking one of their rules instead of two of their rules. I don't know. I feel like it would be bouncy at the front if you had that phone thing. No, because there's like Velcro or something or magnets or something like that where it like clasps back to your chest so that it stayed kind of like close on you. It didn't look like it was bouncing around from what I saw. I don't know. Aldivino says, it's 179 RSVPs and climbing for the Boston Shakeout. Might be a battle for Rabbit Kavuzi collab gear. I think so. I hope not. I hope there's enough for everyone. I want to say that there's 150, but also 150 was the number of t-shirts we had at the Pacers Believe in the Run shakeout for Cherry Blossom. So like maybe I'm just confusing the numbers, but I thought that's what it was. So I know for a lot of times, sometimes you have to look through the RSVP list because sometimes it'll be like you could see the RSVPs are from like a very far away country, and you're like, oh, that's probably not it. For Boston, though, it could still be a legitimate RSVP. But sometimes it'll be like for a shakeout for like a much smaller race, and they're like, there's no way someone is coming here for that race from Uzbekistan. So like that's happened before. So sometimes you got to check. Some people just like will hit the button just to kind of support. I think the way that it seems like the industry standard or I don't know about the industry standard, but what I've seen a couple of people do to estimate from like RSVPs is like anywhere between 50% and 150% of the RSVPs can be there. That's kind of what it comes down to. Could be, but I think it'll be good turnout. I think also like the other thing that may affect the number is like there's so much fun. Everything's happening at 9 a.m. So Believe in the Run has theirs at 9 a.m. I think same time. I think I don't know. It might even be battling shakeout runs because I think theirs is just down the street. So like we'll probably see each other at some point, which will be fun. I think here's the thing, guys. Here's what we're gonna do. If we get out on the Boston Shakeout and we see Believe in the Run, and let's say they're coming at us, we're gonna stop and we're just gonna go like his West Side Story. We're just gonna have like a dance battle. I told them that's what we're doing. So like if that happens, we're gonna just block up Newberry Street, Believe in the Run Club, Kafuzi Run Club, just dance battle. Okay, is everyone down? Is everyone good with that? Yeah. Luke Line says, "Did you get a haircut?" I did get a haircut, so it's a lot shorter. I'm not sure I like it. I haven't actually showered since the haircut. So like we'll see what I think about it when I get out. But like my wife's like, because I went to a salon, one of my daughter's friends, their parents own a salon, So I was like, well, I don't have a barber in town, so I'll go there. And so I went, and then my daughter also had an appointment there yesterday too. So we all went to the salon, and then we got pizza afterwards. It was nice. And then we get home, and my wife's like, "Do you like your haircut?" I'm like, "No," but I'm like, "But I never like a haircut right after I get it." So hopefully by like next week I'll like it. But for now, it's a lot shorter. I feel better. It's not as heavy, but yeah. So we'll see. Kevin Beatty says, "Nice haircut, bro. Thank you." Kevin Lara, what's going on, Kevin? He says, looking forward to seeing you in Boston. I tried running with a GoPro for longer than an hour the other day. Massive respect. My arm is killing me. You don't leave it on the whole hour, though, Kevin. I think you know that. I don't think that's what you did. But, one thing that I've done before, Kevin, since I know you're on the trails a lot, is I will just put it in my pack after a while. And sometimes I'll bring like a Ziploc bag to cover it to make sure it doesn't get like the lens doesn't get all sweaty, depending on how much you're going to sweat through your pack. So I'll do that so that way when it comes out, it's still relatively clean and dry. So you could do it. You could always do that for a much longer day. Yeah, because Steve McKellar says if I didn't bring this selfie stick though, how would you do the classic Kafuzi shots without the selfie stick? That's the problem. Here's the thing. On the other hand, though, I don't think that, like, for example, like the first like 4 or 5 miles of cherry blossom are a little bit congested, and so there's no room for me to use the full selfie stick. And so like that race, I didn't feel like I was missing out on some of those angles when it was congested. And so I feel like a smaller stubby would be fine. But like I don't know. I like to shoot the shoes. I like to shoot other people's shoes. I like getting just the different angle. You can't get the behind yourself angle, without a selfie stick. So like there's things that I would miss, but like, the trade-off is, well, will I be able to fly under the radar then? You know? So yeah, like I don't want to create a problem. I'm not looking for controversy or to create a problem. I don't want anyone to have to write an angry email, that's always the thing. But I just think, man, I don't know. Jody says, I'd go old school and have the handheld. The videoing skills are next level, so now your video would still stand out from others. I think so. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, it'll still be a fun video, but yeah. Mm-hmm. Cosmic Pineapple Michael says, can all the 9 a.m. shakeouts merge into one? I think every pop up on Newberry Street is gonna have a shakeout at 9 a.m. So like at like 9 o'clock, the street will just fill with runners. So if we get like 100 to 150 people, that's a lot of people for the rabbit shakeout. Believe in the run with Featherston's gonna have like 300 people, something crazy, because they always have such a big turnout. I think Tracksmith has one at about the same time. Like last year, I think that's the one Mario Frioli does, isn't it? I think they had like 400, 500 people. You know what I mean? So that's a lot. That's a lot of people. All just wanted to have like easy miles, Like I just feel like running along the Charles is just going to be, you're not going to, everyone's going to have to walk. That's why I feel like we're going to have to throw down. If we want to get on our shakeout run, we're going to have to be ready to go. Shannon says, we got lost last year in the Believe in the Run shakeout and ran 4 miles instead of 3. Don't get us lost, Co. Well, I think the rabbit shakeout, the route, Kevin, who is here in the chat today, he made the route. So it's 3.86 miles the way that we're going to do it. We can cut it short if you don't go around the commons. I don't know exactly how much that cuts off, but that'll probably get you closer to like 2.5, maybe, I think. And here's one thing that I want to talk about. So for the people here, I think that maybe I can rely on some of you guys to be some like pace group leaders. So if you guys could have the route like in your phone or on your watch or something, so we can kind of split up. Maybe we can work on that over the next couple of days, like assigning a couple of people to be pace group leaders, so that way no one gets left behind and no one gets lost, you know? And like maybe if someone does like the dedicated short loop, maybe I'll do the short loop and go with the last group. You know what I mean? Maybe we'll do that. Well, let's think about that a little bit more. All right. Nico says, you keep changing how you say it. Is it route or route? You know, I'm from New Jersey, so we say it both ways. We say a lot of route a lot of times too. I always say tournament. Like I say the O-U-R when I say tournament, you know? So, OB 9400 said SJDs is at 9 a.m. as well. Yeah, see, everyone's at 9. I mean, that's a good time. Everyone's going to be at 9. So, yeah. But CV76 is going to be with the 5-hour pace group. Eliza's happy to help sweep if we need it. Okay. So we'll have to do something like that. Because I mean, what's going to be more frustrating than getting lost on like the day before your shakeout? So we'll have to make sure that we get it. Oh, Shannon says run experiences at 9 a.m. Okay, where are they? I got to find out where all these people are running from. So, yeah. Oh my goodness, that's fun. Well, that makes me extra appreciative of everyone that's coming, because I know you guys have a lot of. I mean, I feel like a Southwest flight attendant now. I know we know you have, or any flight attendant. We know you have many options to choose from when you fly. So we thank you for flying with us. So, yeah. So we'll have to figure out some pacing groups. So we'll figure that out, and then we'll do that next week. But I'm going to leave it there for today. Let's see. I'm going to have a video come out tomorrow. Another of my like Boston training. I did like a threshold session. I think the story for the reel went out for it today on Instagram, but I'm going to talk about that. Talk about kind of like how I'm approaching hills and stuff a little bit more. So that'll video will come out tomorrow, and then I'll see you guys again on Monday for the live stream. Same time as today, 1 p.m. Central Time. Hopefully see you then. In the meantime, be safe out there, everybody. Have a good run over the weekend. Bye.